Hey, what's going on, brothers? Y'all heard that y'all Israelites? Hey, brothers, y'all heard that y'all Israelites? We the people in the Bible. Y'all know that, right? We the real Jews. Y'all know that, right? You ever heard that before? Let me holler at you real quick. Let me get 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes. Hey, you can set a timer. I won't give you more than 5 minutes. Let me give you, where you from?
I'm from Vegas.
You from Vegas?
Yeah.
Cool. Where your people from?
Vegas.
How many generations y'all go back being from Vegas? I mean, like, your family don't come from the South or nothing like that? My family originally from Arkansas, and then we moved to Vegas.
Some from Arkansas.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So your family from the South. So would you say you're a descendant of the slave trade? Yeah. Okay, did you know that was prophesied in the Bible? Okay, let me get that real quick. So I'm gonna show you that it's not just a church book, it's not a religious book, it's an actual history book. But it's a history book pertaining to a certain people. It's pertaining to everybody that looks like us, all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And I'm gonna show you it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, you know about the Israelites going into Egypt, right? Into slavery? You ever heard about that? Moses saying, let my people go, part the Red Sea. Never heard about that? Okay, so the Israelites were in slavery in Egypt. And Moses found out that he was an Israelite and he wasn't an Egyptian. And once he found out, he saw the state of his people, he was like, oh, this ain't right, bro. Like, basically, he woke up one day, turned on the news, saw everybody get shot by the cops. Like, nah, bro, this ain't right. He ended up killing one of the Egyptian dudes who was killing one of his fellow brothers and had to flee. When he came back, the Most High put it on his spirit to free his people. So the Most High sent all these plagues on Egypt to eventually bring his people out of Egypt. So he says, I will send thee into Egypt again. Now, if you know anything about history from then until now, the Israelites nor anybody else ever went back into slavery into Egypt. So it said it's actually Egypt. So this is talking about metaphorically. I will send you into slavery again. Go ahead.
With ships, by the way where I spake unto thee.
That says, now I will send you into Egypt, which means bondage, in ships.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And it says, by the way thereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning, the place where I'm telling you this, you're not going to see your homeland no more. When's the last time you've been to Africa? I haven't been either. I'm up here all that. I know about all the history. I haven't been. You see what I'm saying? It's just a prophecy. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And it says, we will be, not only will we go into bondage on ships, we will be sold unto our enemies. Go ahead.
For bondmen and for bondwomen.
For slave men and for slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
Now, buy, when you're looking at it, actually goes into redeem. Because we have a Hebrew custom, if you owe me money and you can't pay me back, you can work for a allotted amount of time until you pay off that debt. And then afterwards, I have to give you money to set you, you know what I mean? Like, I can't keep you as a possession. It's just to work off that debt. So this is saying this servitude, this bondage is not going to be like what you're accustomed to in your homeland. It's going to be hardcore chattel slavery. They're going to have you as a possession. They're going to slave you. They're going to put you on boats, trade you, and buy you and sell you. That's what that's going into. Now let me get Deuteronomy 28:54.
This is the book.
Let me ask you this. Looking into history, taking the Bible out of it for a second, who was put onto ships and sold in slavery? It's a rhetorical question, but you see what I'm getting at here? See how we can line up history with the actual Bible and it stops being this mystical, religious fairy tale book. It's a story of our people, what we've done since the dawn of time. The reason why it's in this book is because we're set up to be out here and teach these other people how to behave. We have to teach them, at one point in time, we have to teach them how to bathe, how to read, how to walk, how to enunciate words. And at this time, we were in the castles in Europe, ruling as kings and queens. You can look this up.
How do you know about the Bible or you talking about the history part? Oh, studying the history, lining it up with scripture, seeing, because the Hebrews went through a certain curse that nobody else went through. Do y'all believe everything that's in the Bible? Yes. Why? Because it's the word of God. Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure? Can you prove that it's not? It was written by white man. Can you prove that?
Wait. We will deal with that.
Okay.
We'll deal with that. Is this written by a white man?
No.
Okay. Let's see. This is Rudolph R. Windsor. Does it like a white man? We're talking. This is just on history. I said let's take the Bible out of it. Even if the Bible is fake, why is it lining up so well with history?
How do we know that though?
How do we know that?
Okay, watch this.
Okay, hold on, no. We're gonna go to Alexander the Great, Cleopatra, and what's it called? We're gonna prove that.
So was Alexander the Great
Is that a real person? We learned about him in history school, right?
No.
Alexander the Great is not a real person.
No, I can't.
Is Cleopatra a real person?
I don't know.
Oh, see, you don't know. But watch this.
How do we know anything's real? How do we know that shirt's real?
Tell me. How do I know everything that you said is real?
All right, tell me who this happened.
If you don't believe it, you can look it up. I'm getting books that have history that are written by scholars, not just black scholars, white scholars that say the same thing that the Bible is saying. Look, who is Esau Edom? So when we say Esau is the white man in this book, white Jewish scholars have done the same studies and proven the same thing. White Jewish rabbis have done the studies and say the same thing. Black scholars have written books and gotten Nobel Peace Prizes on the same thing in history. So even if we take the Bible out of it, history is demolishing your whole
So
ideology.
you saying all these books from the Bible, right? But the Bible, all we sharing from the Bible, right? The Bible is about white men.
Can you prove that statement? You have to prove that. You can't just make a claim and not prove it. Prove it.
We
Yeah,
can.
we can.
Wait.
We can.
Can
you?
Wait a second, brother. We can after you prove it's written by the white man.
We prove to me that's written by God.
No, brother, no.
You got proof. Who's written? God did not say no.
Give me King James. Who's King James?
No.
You don't know.
No.
King James was a black king over Scotland, Ireland, and I believe it was England. Like I just told you, we were ruling in Europe for 1,000 years. It was called the Dark Ages.
So you're talking about history and
This is real history and it's in the Bible, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what? So your sensibilities don't get offended, take the Bible out of it. Alright? Because you seem to have a trigger when it comes to the Bible. So we'll just take that out. I understand, bro. It's cool. People don't like getting beat down with religion, but this ain't religion. I'm showing you how it's true.
Can I pull up one verse?
What?
You can't.
Okay, but I'm saying you have to prove that because you can't even tell me who King James was. Let me finish what I was saying. King James is a black king who commissioned the Bible to be put together from ancient manuscripts because before there was no Bible. You had to go to a library or to a museum or something like that and actually view the scroll that they had written in the Paleo Hebrew. And if you didn't know Hebrew, then you had to learn the modern Hebrew and they had it written in that too. So if you didn't know Hebrew and only knew English, you weren't able to read the Bible. Until King James had it commissioned by 70 scholars and they went over everything at least 3 or 4 times just to make sure everything was correct as far as the translation from the Hebrew manuscripts. And these are all black people. You can look this up. You can look up the, damn, I wish I had the, look up the Russian icons. Look up Russian icons. Look up the Black Danes. Look up the Black Irish. We were all black people ruling that land for thousands of years, bro. That's what I'm trying to get to. And then once we fell from power, they rose. And then they read and whitewash history. Let me get that in scripture where they whitewash history. What color is Jesus? We're gonna prove this. What color is Jesus? I know what Jesus looks like. What do you think? Or what do people say he looks like? Not even what you think. What do people say he looks like?
How do you know he looks like?
Come on, bro. Just answer the question. Dude, they portray Jesus as looking like John Travolta, don't they? They say Jesus looks like John Travolta, right? If I walk into any one of these churches, he got the blonde hair, blue eyes. You see what I'm saying? He looks like a European, right? So if the Bible was written by a white man, why didn't they change the image of Christ? Let me get that. We're gonna get what Christ looks like.
Oh, you want to give a question?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm going to go to the
Revelation.
Go
Because
ahead.
if I'm a white man and I'm using this Bible to indoctrinate you and to control you, then I have to completely change everything in this Bible to where it fits my understanding and my narrative.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Read 1 and 1. And then go to 13.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave it to him,
The revealing of Jesus Christ to who? John the Revelator.
to show it to his servants, things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel. Verse 14. His head and his hair were white like wool.
Who got woolly hair?
Thank you.
He had white woolly hair, so that means he had gray hair. So his head and his beard were white and woolly. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
He had red eyes because he had wisdom. Also, in Hebrew tradition, when you're 12, you become a man. So he's been drinking wine for a long time. So he had a little redness in his eye. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Huh? Green?
No, he said brown. He didn't hear you. I heard you.
He said brown?
He said brown.
Okay. Brown, they said, okay,
Yeah,
so
King don't he right here.
woolly hair and he's brown. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Not just any brown, but a brown as it's been burnt in fire. So Christ is a dark-skinned, woolly-haired man. So if this is written by the white man, why didn't he take that out?
Teach.
Hold on.